Dean, something happened this week, and honestly, I feel kind of disrespected about it, to be honest.
Oh God, is it something I did?
Something a lot of people did, actually.
Okay.
I'm a busy person, Dean. I'm a busy person, and this week busier than normal. I'm moving out of one place, moving into another place, dealing with all kinds of fridge delivery, washer delivery, all these things, right? I got an email from Google. Hey, we're sending you your March earnings or February earnings. Cool. And for no reason, it like instantly arrives. Like usually it takes like a week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a busy guy, but these guys have been working hard. So I'm gonna go through the analytics, kind of figure out who gets what. And I sent like 7 payments out, right? Because I was like, you know what? You guys earned this money. You guys have been waiting a month. If you don't know, if you're someone watching in the chat, when you do a super chat, about 40 cents of every dollar, 40% to 50% gets taken by Google, like right away. The remaining 60%, it takes about a month for it to actually hit our accounts. And, you know, you guys have been waiting a long time. I send the payments. Not a single person messaged me to say they got the payment.
Yeah.
So rude. I was messaging people like, hey, I'm just making sure that.
Yeah, but you don't get a notification to your Paypal.
Yeah,
when
you don't get
it.
a notification.
No, I get PayPal all the time. I always get.
I don't get a notification.
I don't get a notification.
sorry.
You asked somebody in the
you
chat
took
about it?
a minute and 50 seconds to tell that story when I could have just told you, you don't get a notification.
Yeah. You
That
asked
must
somebody
be
in the
a
chat.
Canada thing.
Maybe.
You guys have
No.
Looney Toonies. It just doesn't work the same way.
I'm
We
not
get
in
greenbacks.
Canada. I don't get a notification.
I don't know what happened to you. You
asked
probably had your
somebody in the
phone silenced
chat-
because you were playing Elden Ring.
Any asshole who gets a notification and doesn't say thank you, kick him off. You kick him off now.
If Dean got 10 gold in Elden Ring that I sent him, he'd be doing a backflip. But
Well,
fucking I
they're
sent him
brooms.
some
They're
real.
brooms. They're not Elden Rings.
That was the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. You know, you ruined my day.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection. These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Shall we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Marco.
And I'm Ben.
Jesus Christ.
There's always one.
Welcome to. I was like, wow, we're off to a great start. Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode. Guys, don't forget to use code CW10. That's capital CW10 during our live recording for 10% off all in-stock items over at 1/6 Corner, guys. Make sure you head over there and check them out.
We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. It's so great, in fact. I was like, you know what? Fuck Hot Toys Gilgamesh. I don't think anyone's here to hear about Hot Toys Gilgamesh.
You mean Gilgamesh?
Last week.
Nope.
We have Lane Kramer in the chat, Sam Giss, Carlito, Vintage Rebellion, Brenton Palmer with that blue wrench, Badfish, Andrew Gibo, Absolute Irwin, John Ortiz, Fig Fate, Highway Robbery by YouTube, Words Never Spoken, Econ, Scott Bradley, Badfish said Zach has another story that scarred him. Very true. King Dingaling.
The only story Zach has.
Unappreciative bastards. Dennis Perez. Happy birthday, John. Actually, while I'm reading comments, happy birthday to John. 47 years ago.
Thank you, Dennis, for reminding Zach. I appreciate it, brother.
47 years ago. I told you this morning, you
I know.
birthday boy. Ben Thomas. Who else we got in the chat? Scott Bradley. Miss you, Peps. Absolutely miss you.
Right? Me too.
We have a great show.
40
for you guys
years
tonight.
ago?
Yeah, 47 years ago in Canada, John was born.
What are you talking about?
80. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84
No,
years.
that's someone else's birthday. Anyways, Dean, we have a very special segment that all the very best shows start with.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah, what'd you get new this week? I didn't get anything. So what about you guys?
A few of our angels got some really cool stuff. I'll let whoever got this chat about it, and then we'll talk about it again later.
Eddie,
Who didn't get this?
Who in their right mind would get this? Eddie, you want to kick it off since you were the enabler?
Oh, I was not the enabler.
You were the enabler.
It was a co-enabling. We double Dutch enabled this.
Wow. It's like a space docking of enabling, a three-way space dock. It's like a Chinese finger puzzle.
I came to you with pros, and you didn't come to me with any cons.
We were up till 3. I was up till 3 in the morning yesterday, going back and forth on this. Is it still up?
I think so.
If it's still up, I'm canceling, because what kind of bullshit is it?
Don't even want it anymore.
I don't want it.
Still, I think.
I wake up, and I'm like, yeah, we got it. And then the Patreon chat's like, yeah, I got it too. And then I got it too. And then this person, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want something everybody fucking else has.
Eddie, what time did you order it? Because I know I ordered at 5 in the morning. Ben was like at 3 in the morning
today.
As well, so
really,
yeah.
I ordered it just before John. Me and John were around the same time.
Same time,
yeah. Yeah.
It's a good early morning purchase right here.
Yeah, I couldn't. I know I said I wasn't doing 1/6, but I couldn't not do this. I don't know. I feel like it's a new thing that's like. I want to see what it's like in hand. I want to see what it's all about. I want to support it too. So, and I feel like there is only one way to do this, and it's the 2-pack with rooted hair.
You guys haven't even said what it is, 100%. By the way.
Oh yeah, sorry for the listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
This is the Queen Studios / InArt Joker that they had just put up, the 1/6 scale version, and we are talking about the 2-pack deluxe with rooted hair. A couple of us pre-ordered that, so you go ahead, John.
Eddie, if I may, real quick. Sorry, John.
Yeah.
No.
I know you made a point about you were getting out of 1/6, but you want to see what it's like. I think the good thing about that is if maybe you're underwhelmed or you're like, hey, you know what? I checked it out. It's not for me or whatever. I think that eventually this is going to be hard to get, and you'll be able to sell it relatively easily for basically what you paid for it, maybe even more. So.
That was one of the things we were talking about it. Yeah.
Some people in the Patreon chat were saying that possibly this one may be numbered. There's rumors going that it may be numbered.
I've not heard that.
I haven't heard it either, but I was reading a couple of...
I've not heard that at all. Lane Kramer with a super chat. I got it on... You just said I read it somewhere, and then you also said I haven't read it.
No, I read it. I haven't read it outside of where I read it in the Patreon chat. A couple people were saying that.
That makes more sense.
That's where I saw it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Lane Kramer says, I got it on a pre-order. I gladly enabled John ordering. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. I was laying in bed last night, and I'm like, my biggest worry was where am I going to order from? And huge shout out to João from Third Party Reviews. I spoke with him, and he was like, yeah, you know what? Go with this retailer. They're really good. They're trustworthy. They're an agent of Queen Studios. You should go through them because they're pretty trustworthy. There was a few people, even Sean and Mark in the Patreon chat as well. Shout out to them. But yeah, I'm excited. Now we just wait and see what happens.
John, I was in the same boat. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Zach.
Fig Fate says, a lot of salty people on this Joker I noticed complaining about price, or a queen isn't proven in 6 scale. Oh, I'm going to be bitching just a
Queen
little
doesn't need to prove.
I mean, they're
Marco,
not wrong.
I was kind of in the same boat because it's not super clear where you should order from, what the shipping cost was. I kind of had, paralysis by analysis, and I was already on the fence on this rooted one. So I went to bed ordering the single pack. I was like, I've decided. And then I think, I had a change of heart because I was like, I cannot miss out on this rooted, double pack. And so the moment I woke up, middle of the night, had to press that pre-order button, kind of seeing all the chat too. I'm not one that's easily influenced by others, but it's like, okay, it felt good, kind of a communal thing. And I know I pushed Equan to get one, and he and I are in the same boat with the single pack and the double pack rooted hair. But, to Dean's point, I think you could get out of any of these releases, like, for what you paid for them, likely. So I'm not feeling too bad.
And
so
Sorry, go ahead.
A complete double pack, or you just get both head sculpts? Or you
No,
get two
both
full
both head
figures?
sculpts are different. So they look the same, but they're actually different.
Complete 2-pack.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Double figure, everything. Yeah.
Eddie, does it come with the 2 purple coats, or is it 1 purple coat and then
One. I think
one
it's
purple
one
coat.
purple coat.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. We'll talk about this. I don't want to get too deep into
Yeah.
this discussion.
Yeah,
'cause
let's
we're
do
gonna,
it.
We're going
That's
to
a
talk
good
about
idea.
it here in a bit. Ben Thomas Show, you got some cool stuff. What you got?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on. Zach, definitely appreciate it. It's always a good time talking to you guys. This week, I was falling down that Joker rabbit hole FOMO feeling as well, and so I've been looking for a little Lego Joker to go with my big Lego tumbler that I've had for a pretty long time. So I was able to get this guy, which is pretty awesome. And then I was also able to pick up the So Toys Flash for only about $100 Canadian. And he's cool.
Wow.
I really like the material on him. I like the face. I don't have the Hot Toys one to compare him to, so like on the shelf, pretty stoked about it. So, and then same as you guys, last night at 2:00 in the morning, I was humming and hawing, trying to figure out where to get this guy from if I got him, and I ended up pulling the trigger. So I'm now in the same 2-pack rabbit hole you guys are as well.
Despicable.
Yeah.
Despicable.
Just
100%.
Good choice.
Marco, you're new this week, but I'm seeing my Razor Crest, so I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, just keeping it warm for you.
Crazy how
that's
nature
it,
do that. Yeah, if Q4 comes around, you're like, man, I need a little bit of tax money for this Joker. Holla at your boy.
Sounds good. I will bring it over to San Antonio once those Jokers are on the way.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so I think as everyone knows, I was really conflicted with this one. It sat on my floor for the longest time and kind of was trying to figure out how to unbox it. And it's really a beauty. Like once I open it up. What was that?
You just open it. What do you
know,
mean?
that's you got to make content out of it, you know? So yeah, once I had it open, like I was just really blown away by the detail of it, the size. Like I knew it was big, but it was just massive. And I found a good spot for it above my, my DTOS right here behind me. So I think, it's in a good home, but yeah, Zach, it may be leaving the collection once some other things come in. But yeah, for now, no regrets for opening it.
I just wanted to also, again, be on the record. I did have first dibs on that. I actually like the DTOF placement. I put my big Millennium Falcon there, and it's a nice viewing angle.
Absolutely.
Definitely a nice viewing angle. Congratulations on that. I've been so busy this week, I haven't had a chance to check out your unboxing, but I do look forward to watching that. And this thing looks absolutely fucking beautiful. I can't wait till it's in my collection.
This is great. Yeah.
There's another picture of it there. Love to
So
see
nice.
it. I had kind of an interesting week. So, DK Avenger in the comments posted this on Auxiliary. It's the Pop in a Box. I think that's what it is. Bruce Wayne Funko Pop.
Yeah.
It's the exclusive with the unmasked Smokey Eye portrait with the bat suit on. And I was checking out, and I was like, I might as well buy 2 if I'm paying the shipping price for 1. And found a little coupon online, so it ended up being pretty reasonable. And they shipped it fast. In fact, they didn't even give me a shipping notice. It just kind of showed up, and I wasn't sure what it was, but I picked those up, adding to the Batman collection. Very excited for that.
It came in a box?
Yeah,
that's the box it came in?
Yeah. This is exactly how it came.
Oh, they're not known. Pop in a box. They're not known for very good shipping. So, and a lot of times, like if you order 1, maybe it's because you order 2, you get that like single box that's wrapped in the yellow or orange tape, like because it's from China or whatever, and it's like all banged up. And so I'm surprised that you got them in good condition like that.
Yeah, that is lucky.
I just assume they ship it in a box. I mean, they're called Pop in a Box, so I just assume that. Justin says, "Did you get a new mic, Zach? You sound crispy AF." Same mic. I have a lot better internet here. My old house was like 50 down, like fucking 20 up. This new house is like 500 down, like 300 up. So it's quite the internet upgrade. But I do have a new collection room, and so it's still very messy. But this is my new. Well, it's pretty much the exact same setup, but I painted the desk white with John's help. John was a big help with because you do furniture restoration. So I've been wanting to paint my desk white for years. I just never had the balls to do it, and I finally did it. I think it turned out pretty good. So big shout out to John there for helping me out.
No problem.
And then this is a little bit of a look into the collection room. It's not finished yet. There's still stuff I need to put in different areas. Erwin saying he wants a room tour. I do plan to do one, but you can see I got like a bunch of shit on the floor. But I got some of my statues up. Got a chance to put Guts in his kind of taller configuration, which is like something like 3 feet tall. So that was nice to be able to do that. And finally put the garage shelves in the collection. It's kind of been a meme on the channel for a while that I ordered them and they were too big to fit, but they fit great now. And did a little bit of white. It's like cabinet liner. Just to give a little bit of that MDF is really hard to paint. I tried painting it, just did not work. And I'm happy with how they came out. So I do plan to do a full collection room tour, hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks. So stay tuned for that.
Zach, do the holes on the garage shelves bother you at all, or no? You don't care?
So I've seen, what's that guy's name? The guy that's like, yes. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna call him something else, but
he's not a human being.
He uses masking tape to cover the holes.
Yeah,
I
he
actually
just
like
uses
that a lot.
electrical tape.
Yeah, because if you look, Eddie, you can't really see it, but where the frame, it kind of makes like an L, and there's holes on both sides. I have the lights. There, so they're pointing in at the figures and statues or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't bother me, but if I can find gray masking tape, I probably would cover them. And I looked at a few different stores and I only see like black and yellow and like that weird tan color and blue. So if I could find gray masking tape, I probably would cover the holes, but they don't bother me, to be honest. And one thing that I'm kind of in the process of doing is kind of adjusting the shelves to get to like the right height for each tier. So I'm not going to really cover them up until that's done, just in case it makes it harder to, move everything around. But I'm really happy with it. I got both my Gandalfs on display. I got all 3 of my statues finally out in open air, and I'm still kind of filling in. I still have like 4 or 5 statues on box still, but those are in the living room right now. So really happy with how that's coming out, and I'm excited to have the San Antonio guys over and other CW peeps over because I've been renting my house for a while and I haven't really been able to do all the cool things that I wanted to do, and now that I own my house, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and it's amazing.
That freedom is awesome.
So
just keep your clothes on, please.
Wow.
Oh, they were off all day.
Let's
Let's get into the news. So Queen Art, through their InArt line, put up their 3 different Joker sets. So I'm gonna blow through the pricing and some of the details, and I put in the private chat. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but let's do a little bit of freeform this episode. So the standard non-rooted figure is $350. That's a single pack. You get several sets of hands. You also get the magnetic forearms, which on a stream about 4, 5, 6 months ago, we were talking that those type of forearms might be the future of 6 scale. Just the cleanliness, how clean they look, and the expressions and specific looks that you can get. I think they're kind of really high end, to be honest. You also get some weapons. You get a knife. You get the grenades in the jacket. You get a stack of cash and also a deck of 1/6 scale cards. Noticeably missing for me is the shotgun. He gets it like pretty early in the film and uses it for most of the film. I think that's a really weird exclusion. And
does he use it for most of the film?
Yeah, he gets it from the guy in the beginning of the film, the bank manager.
Yeah, he uses it in the bank, but I don't remember him
after that.
He has it
in the truck, right?
Yeah, in the truck. There you go. Yeah, he has it for like pretty much up until like the 3rd act of the film. He has it. I mean, if you're gonna give him the grenades, it's like, why not also give him a gun he had?
Probably saving it for the bank robber Joker, right?
Yeah, that
probably,
sounds. Yeah, I like
probably. That. Now this does feature some neat things. So you get magnetic feet that attach to this magnetic base. You also get the PERS style eye rolling system, and they do have 2 other versions. So this is the premium edition. So this is 2 sculpted hair figures. You also get a diorama base, which is the gel cell, which looks really good. I believe it's die cast, which is really awesome to see. And then there's a 3rd edition, which is their premium rooted edition. This one, so the 2-pack sculpted is $730, and the 2-pack rooted is $1,100, which is kind of like the cheaper price that we were able to find. There are some places that are a little higher or a little lower, but shipping is estimated, so you might end up paying a little bit more at the end of the day. I'm gonna say my piece at the end. I want John. I know you've kind of been big on Queen, so we'll start with you, and we'll kind of just bounce around. And
Yeah. I was hesitant on this. You guys know my stance on with, like, I was excited when Queen announced because of course it's the healthy competition for Hot Toys. I was hesitant on it because, you know me, and I just feel like if you're gonna drop this amount of money, it should be limited. I've said it so many times. I'm sick and tired of saying it. So I don't know what it was, but yesterday I was online and I was just really going through. Yesterday was the first time I actually went through the photos, and honestly, I was like, wow. And we did the unboxing video, talked about it a little bit. And then after the show, Eddie Lane and Danny, who else was there? Eddie.
I think it was just us.
Yeah, we were talking about it. And I just went to bed and I'm like, Eddie, we have to order this, Eddie. Eddie said something to me that stuck with me. It was like, this is Queen Studios getting into the market. This is their first release. They've said that they want to be here to stay. And the whole, like, being part of that history and like, don't get me wrong, you're getting an amazing figure. It's a work of art. But being part of that at the ground level, I really like that because I relate to that with Hot Toys and starting back in the day. So I just kept thinking about it. And then I found the retailer. All you had to do was put like $100 down up front, free international shipping, and pay the rest upon release. So I'm like, how do you go wrong with that? Put $100 down and you save your spot there. So yeah, I pulled the trigger.
And John, on that, like, I was looking for other retailers that you might, like, if you pay in full, you get a better deal, and there was just no certainty. So I think at the end of the day, that was the way to go. Just a little bit down, save your spot in line.
Exactly. Yeah, I think, and people are saying that there's still time to do it. Like, some retailers have it up still. Today is still considered the business day for sales, so I think some are going till midnight, depending on the time zone. But if I'd be upset to see it still available after midnight today, like tomorrow morning, if it's still available,
me too.
I'd be shocked.
On Giant Toy, all 3 are sold out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what John said is one of the biggest reasons for me is I always thought it was cool that people that had been collecting since like the early 2000s or Hot Toys when they started, I always thought that was cool that they're like, they got in at the ground level and they, had stuck with them. And I always wanted to like have something like that. So I thought it'd be cool if I did that with this. And I think it's one of the best collectibles as for Heath Ledger Joker available out there. I know this is just a proto and, things could change upon production. I think it will come out fairly close to this. I'm hoping it will. And, everything else, obviously, it is more limited. It's higher end. You get all these different die cast options and all these different innovative things that are very nice. But the biggest thing for me was starting with Queen at the forefront and, being part of that journey. And they've teased some other stuff that I'm interested in as well, like the Lord of the Rings stuff and everything. So I was like, you know what, I'll try it out with this one, and you'll never know until you get it in hand. So I wanted to at least get one in hand and see what I thought about it personally. And so I pulled the trigger, man.
I echo a lot of what Eddie said. Like, I definitely did get caught up in the hype initially because the pictures look so fantastic. I tried to take a step back and think logically, and really, it was paralysis by analysis. Like I said, like I was going back and forth every second. Like, which one do I get? And, ultimately, I'm glad I went with the rooted hair. And like I mentioned, I did get a single pack as well because I want that sculpted hair. But yeah, I think it's...
Oh, I thought you upgraded, so you're getting both.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I do have pre-order for both. I just, I just couldn't decide, so I tried to go with best of both worlds.
You won up the 2-pack people. Yeah. Now I'm getting both.
No, but here's the thing though. It's an opportunity cost though, right? Because this is their first one, which is cool, but we don't know what else they have in the hopper. Like they could release like 5 or 6 more figures this year, and then I'm really not allowing myself the bandwidth to, to partake in that.
Exactly.
So that's the tricky part.
If we go off of their statue stuff, they're kind of slow. If I'm being honest, they show a couple things here and there. They put some stuff up for pre-order, but they're slow. in my opinion. So I don't think we'll see a ton. Now, this is a new thing and a very hype thing, and I think 1/6 scale is a bigger community than the statue, so we may see them push this out a little faster, but I think we have some time, you know.
That's the hope for sure.
I think for me, honestly, I have some serious PTSD FOMO around this character specifically. The Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, has so much nostalgia for me from my past and growing up with friends. And then I missed the DX11 Joker. It took me 10 years to get, money in the bank enough and a solid enough job that I could even justify it. I only got him 2 years ago, and then this guy comes out, and he's the first figure of a new studio, and he looks amazing. And so I was so concerned that I would regret that decision to miss him, just like I did with DX11, and then end up chasing him and be one of those guys looking for a good price in the groups here in 6 months. And so for me, I echo what Marco said as well. I don't think this figure will lose the value, at least, that you put into it. But I would say this is the first time ever that I have pre-ordered a figure without seeing in-hand photos, and that made me super nervous. So we'll see.
What do you think, Dean?
Oh my god, dude! It's from films I don't like. It's a character I'm not a huge fan of. Everyone's just like talking about this figure all week in every chat I'm in. I'm just
exhausting.
It's been way more than a week at this point, Dean.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I put in our Patreon chat. I was like, man, I wish they were coming out with something I was excited about, because I want to be part of the hype, but like I'm so disinterested in this figure.
Like his fourth girlfriend or something, right?
It's just, I'll kick you in the dick, bro. Like right down the middle. Gary Hicks with the $25 super chat.
Hey,
Can't
brother.
wait to get the. Sorry. Can't wait to get the rooted hair 2-pack. And look, I'm not that I'm not excited for people that want this. Albert, I don't know how to say his last name. Viquez? He asked a question earlier. I'm trying to find it. Even though this figure is not out yet, do you think it's a grail? I think that this character, particularly in 6 scale, is a grail figure for a lot of people, because the DX11 is what, on a good day, $500. I've seen it go to $8. So to be able to get a 2-pack of probably, I'm willing to bet better quality. That remains to be seen, but I think it's probably a safe bet. For a couple $100 more than that, and you get 2 of them, I think it's a no-brainer. I think this is a grail figure. I just don't give a shit about it myself personally. Again, it's cool for those people that really want it. I can't wait to see what it looks like in hand, just to get a better idea of what they're going to be coming out with. I understand why they led with this character and this figure, but I'm just, like Zach said, it's exhausting. It's like, guys, can we not? It was like when the Joker movie came out with what's his face?
It was like 74 fucking third-party Jokers.
Dude, yeah, and it's like, can we stop? Can we not do this anymore, please? That's where I'm at right now. So I hate to burst anyone's bubble, but
first and foremost, I think the artistry on display here in the prototype is fantastic. I think the cut and sew is incredible. I think the rooting is incredible. I think the level of detail in these, I don't know what you call them, like 3/4 hands, forearm hands, is amazing. The die-cast weaponry, the functioning slides, the real wood, the die-cast metal in the bars. They've gone out and said that they're going to be using premium materials, which I think is great. Pleather is obviously a big concern for a lot of collectors, and longevity in that
Yeah. Also, every single body is unique to the character.
Yeah. We'll get to that here in a second. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm concerned about the legitimacy of Queen, because I think up to this point they've been an amazing company. They've put out some fantastic products. But for me as a collector, when I first really got into this hobby, I will never forget, Dean, you know I'm going with this. Molecule 8 came in
my God,
promising to revolutionize the hobby.
Yeah.
Make, these artisan, very limited, very premium figures. And I think when push came to shove, they put out stuff where the prototypes look fantastic. I mean, I'm talking that John Lennon prototype blew everyone away.
Yeah.
And when it actually released, it was staggering, the difference from prototype to final. Now, for me, it remains to be seen what that difference is going to be. I've not like a huge Queen statue person, so we've done the interviews with them. We've seen their display models at conventions. But, I've certainly seen recently statue companies that are releasing stuff that I don't think is particularly as good as their prototypes. I think someone mentioned it, but I think it's going to be real interesting to see what happens if Hot Toys releases their own version. I don't think it's going to necessarily crash this one, but if you're getting an ultra premium updated Joker and the cheapest you can get in for it is $350, but most people are probably going to opt for that. I think almost everyone that I've seen, save for a few, have opted for the $1,100 version. I think it's going to be real interesting if Hot Toys gives us a single rooted Joker for like $350. I think it's going to make a lot of people question to keep it or not. I know that's not apples to apples. I know John's kind of rearing up there, but
no,
I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting. And I think the thing that concerns me, John, and I think you maybe should be concerned as well, is they've already kind of hinted that they might want to do a single pack rooted set. And I think to me that kind of ruins this version if they're forcing you up front to buy a 2-pack
100%.
when a potential 1-pack down the line with similar quality may be coming.
Well,
so this
not forcing anybody.
The thing,
well, you know what I mean. Like if you want it, I mean, you got no. They are. It's 3 days to get it. You cannot wait. You have to order it in 3 days, or you're paying scalper
beautiful.
prices.
Listen, the reason why people are jumping about this is someone said it here. I think it was Fig Fate. This is evolutionary. All right, Queen Studio. Revolutionary? Is that what it is? What did I say? Evolutionary?
Yeah.
Fuck, this isn't Darwin over here. What am I thinking?
Wow.
No, same difference to me.
The Homo erectus.
This is. First of all, I don't know anything about Molecule 8, what they did if they were into statues previously. So I can't speak to them. I could speak to Queen. I don't own any Queen, but I know that Viper worked on that quarter scale statue, and by God, until this thing came out, that was in my opinion, the best representation of Heath out there. Now, the thing here and why everyone's jumping is Hot Toys has been in control of this market for the last, 15 years maybe more? And nobody's come close. Blitzway got there. They kind of gave up. There's a few others. But Queen is coming out swinging. Queen is giving the collector what Hot Toys should have been giving collectors 5 years ago. These magnetized joints, these magnetized bases, die-cast parts. Come on. You're still getting a magnetized base and magnetized joints with the $300 release. So
but Molecule was doing that 4 years ago.
Well, Molecule's doing it 4 years ago. They didn't last, but I don't think Molecule is a fair comparison to Queen with the reputation that Queen has with their statues. I don't think they're at the same playing field.
I agree with that.
One thing also, I know you mentioned Viper. A lot of people are really excited that Viper's on board.
Yeah.
But they did release a Q&A. It's Viper's team that's doing the
Bro.
rooting. So I think that's great, but I wouldn't expect every single one to be 100%.
Well, they're all going to be checked by him.
I doubt
personally.
they're all we're talking about.
He's not working on all of them, but they're all going to be checked.
I highly doubt. I don't think they are, but I'm going to be telling you this right now. We can go back and forth. We can go back and forth with this for 24 hours. We have to wait till this baby comes in hand.
That's true.
100%.
It could be his fucking nephew that did it, and it would still be better than Hot Toys.
I'm just saying.
It's like I want a painting by Pablo Picasso. I don't want Pablo Picasso's team to be doing.
Dude,
I'm just
Pablo
saying.
Picasso's fucking
Jesus
R-word nephew could do this
Jesus
shit,
Christ.
and it would be better. So it doesn't. That is not a concern.
I've
Let
been
the
sitting.
birthday boy speak.
I've been sitting on this panel since May, bitching hard about reissues.
You have been.
Every episode, a Hot Toys does a reissue. How can I sit back and not support this? How can I sit back and not support it? A company
ask you
coming
this,
in
John.
and trying to make a change.
I think what they're doing is great. I know, John, you've always said like communication is so important, and that's an area that Hot Toys can improve. And Queen is, already working on that front. They've said that if you have a question, you can ask them on Instagram or Facebook. They'll get back to you within 24 hours.
They've been on YouTuber streams.
Yeah, even if it involves going directly to the CEO and asking the question and getting back to you, I think that's great. I think they'd had a post, it was either today or yesterday, where they asked everyone what 80s movie they want to get a license for.
Yes.
And they will look into it. I think that's a bit,
It's a far reach.
There could be a license that's unattainable, right? I wouldn't get people too excited by the poll.
I agree with you. I agree with you because he put in the poll. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show as to some of the licenses people were asking about. And on the live stream, he said, yeah, but that's probably later on in the future. And then he included them in the poll. So I didn't like that very much.
Are you concerned at all, John? Because they did say, I don't know exactly what stream it on. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of those streams this week. That if a significant improvement can be made on a figure, which, first off, this prototype is probably the greatest prototype I've ever seen. I don't want that to be lost on my criticism. This is incredible. That a reissue is not out of the question.
Oh.
And I know for you, obviously, we mentioned reissues have been like your big sticking point.
Yeah.
How upset would that make you as a collector if you drop $1,100 on this, and let's say 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, Hot Toys is kind of at that 5-6 year time point where they're looking into reissues of figures, that you get a 2.0 Queen Joker. How upset would you be?
So I spoke with that in regards to, I spoke to Eddie in regards to that yesterday, and we thought and we spoke and we said it could be a possibility, but are they really going to come back with the exact 2-pack and accessories that we're getting now? Are they really going to redo the jail scene, or may they do another rendition, maybe the Joker, the Nurse Joker, or something like that?
Plus, you're leaving out part of what he said. He said, it is possible. We're not against them. But we would more likely do a different version of that character way before we made the same character over again.
And that's pretty on brand. He was pretty non-committal to everything, right? He was just trying to be...
Like, what more would you innovate on this figure? Unless he can talk.
I think he even said like if they couldn't significantly improve it, they wouldn't do it.
Or,
like,
so
can I
would
see
do a different version? Right?
Can I see him do this figure with the table? I would have liked to see the table with the pencil. Can I see them doing that? Oh, sure, why not? But and is it a big enough change? Maybe not. But I feel like Hot Toys in the beginning. I feel very secure that this will not be on their radar to touch as a reissue right now.
One thing also to note, a lot of the retailers are offering a pre-order bonus if you order it. It is a pair of 1/6 scale handcuffs, which is the bonus, which kind of, again, like I feel like that's just something that should come with it already.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is, and Marco, you made a great point that we don't know what's in the pipeline, and $1,100 a pop for a 2-pack does add up pretty quick. So,
for sure.
Let's just go down the line real quick. Do you guys like the 3-day time window to order this? I know obviously you don't have to pay $1,100 up front. You can commit with $100 in some cases. Dean, what do you think?
It's annoying, but I mean, I've seen worse pre-order windows.
HasLab?
Where it's first come, first serve, and HasLab, or they sell out.
HasLab
in
is like
5
30
minutes.
days.
No,
Though
I know, but you got to pay all up front.
Yeah, that's true.
So it could be like that, or it could be like, hey, we're just popping a pre-order window. Hope you get it. It could be worse.
Yeah.
3 days is mildly annoying.
At least they're keeping it open where if you get your order in by this time, you will get one.
Yeah.
That's going to decide the edition size.
So I don't hate it. It could be better, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. So.
All right. I love it. If you're not going to number it, fine, do some sort of exclusivity. So I personally love it. But the big but here is you better, I don't want to swear, you better stick to that damn 3-day window. If I see this in the morning tomorrow, I'll be pissed.
We're about to have a 120 seconds with John if that shit's up tomorrow.
Tell me about it.
It'll be his last birthday. Fuck.
It's gonna blow a gasket. Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant business model, to be honest, because they're kind of having their cake and eating it too. They've got the exclusivity part, which I was most afraid of, being kind of a budget collector. They've got the entry-level version, and the way that they do this, like they put you in this time box, they do this progressive seduction where it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just get the single pack. Well, for a few $100s more, I'll just do the mid-tier. And then before you know it, you're on the premium and ordering before the window closes. So I think it's a really smart business model, to be honest, because folks that miss this window, they still have other options. So.
And I am the opposite. I didn't like it. I don't like feeling forced into a decision. And even though it's something that I almost 100% knew that I'd want to pull the trigger on, knowing that I might lose out on people maybe who just had more money than me so they could lock in more than one, or just having that shrunken down time for me, I found super stressful. And if there's any collectors out there like me who maybe, we've had COVID for 2 years. It's been tough financial times for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that might still want this guy who just completely missed it now because they didn't have the money in that short window of time. It's not fair, but again, I also agree with John. Sometimes that level of exclusivity helps drive the sales. It helps drive this business model. People know that if this is the way they're going to do this in the future, maybe they'll get smart and pay a little bit more attention and make sure they're first in line. So I didn't love it, but I totally get why they did it.
Well, let's all hope this comes out looking as good as we think. The release date is Q4 2022. Now, there is a little bit of a recap of some of the interviews that happened this week. I think Justin and Will did them. And this was a recap from Reddit. And Marco, I think you shortened this down quite a bit for me. So the QC product will start in Q4 this year. And if there are any delays, it will be due to them perfecting the rooted hair to match the photos. I think that's great. I know with the Crown Gandalf, the rooting took quite a bit of time. So I think that's completely reasonable. There will be magnetic connections for the hands and arms and heads, similar to their high-end statues. The box art / shipper art has not been created yet. General stuff about their figures: they aim to develop bodies specific to character fit, for example, Joker's posture. They've been planning to enter the 1/6 scale market for 2 years plus that it's been in the making. Possibility of the figures will be a focus for Queen. Queen has heard fans request to avoid pleather and use real leather, though there's no confirmation on that yet. Not all releases will have a magnetic base. Focus on likeness / detail and want to push 1/6 scale innovation. Magnetic joints, silicone bodies, etc. We'll show off the rest of the figures from the teaser, which was the Gandalf, Legolas, Neo, Ringwraith, Paul, and obviously the Joker in May at Wonderfest. They will be making a DeLorean, which is interesting because obviously Yoast wanted to make one as well, and he was told that no other companies had the license from his source. Hot Toys came out with one now. Queen is making one, so that's more competition for Hot Toys, which I don't think is a bad thing. They're interested in other properties from video games, BVS, 007, Godfather, Scarface. It'll all depend on the licensing. Terminator, Star Wars licenses not possible at the moment, and I believe Terminator won their poll, or was winning rather their poll last I checked. They plan to keep active with the community outreach and ask fans what they want to see and then make. And this one's not on there, but I did see in one of the recaps they do hope to have a healthy competition with Hot Toys and other 1/6 scale manufacturers. So I don't think competition is a bad thing. I think if it pushes Hot Toys or Sideshow or Asmus or any of these other companies to kind of up their game and stay on the ball with, improving communication or just kind of looking into further innovations, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So I know Queen's been a huge chunk of this week's chats on all the groups and everything, and I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing about it, but definitely some massive news for us as collectors. It almost feels like changing of the guard, turning of the page.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll see what Hot Toys responds with, if they're going to make their own Joker or not, but this looks fucking amazing.
Which one does everybody want to see next from that lineup? Like, what would be your preferred next one that they do?
Gandalf or Paul?
Good question.
Well, no, from the
lineup,
teaser, right, Eddie?
John? Yeah, from the picture.
Oh, I thought you meant for the poll. Sorry.
No,
Gandalf or Paul Atreides. I'm upset because I know if they make an $1,100 Gandalf rooted 2-pack, it's going to be some serious decisions. I don't know, man.
You're in on that one.
Can you imagine though what Gandalf is going to look like?
I've said this before, Eddie, but Gandalf is not a character that I think looks great with sculpted hair. I think you really need that rooted hair. So I would pray to the Lord Jesus Christ that they make a single pack rooted, because I don't got money like that. I don't got money like that.
Yeah. What about you, Dean?
Lord knows I need a Gandalf. That's my vote.
Okay. There you go. I think I'm with you guys. Any one of the Lord of the Rings one would be nice to see next. I would love if it was a different Neo, I would have probably said that one, but it's not the one I want. So, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the Ring Wraith also, because I got a few coming that are third party. Then I'm gonna get the Asmus one. I want all 9. That's what I want. So I'll get all different kinds if I have to.
Oh, that's a good plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Any of the Lord of the Rings figures would be perfect, because there's been none that I've seen that have really made me jump at them. So if they really knock it, I don't want to talk trash about them, but it wasn't my style. So if they really knock it out of the park with any of those, I would be very tempted.
And for me, it is Gandalf and or Neo. I really didn't love the new Matrix movie, honestly, but so that diminished my love, not for the character necessarily, but just for the urgency to pick one up, I would say. But yeah, Gandalf for sure.
And guys, something to remember as well is we have another major statue company coming into the playing field as well. They're sitting back and taking their time.
Who's that?
J&D.
Forgot about those guys.
They're really high end. So, but imagine if they came in with the Joker, that would be.
Think this is expensive.
Yeah.
Their version of a 2-pack would be like $4,000.
Yeah.
Mario, sweet Angel said, would anyone be upset if Hot Toys responds to the QS Joker with an announcement of the Nurse Joker? I think you're going to start seeing shit like that. I think these companies are going to really start going at each other, and in a healthy way. But I think they're really going to push people to make a decision and pick one or the other, because, I think there's some people out there that could probably swing both at the same time, but I think the average collector, the everyday collector even, might have to pick one or the other going forward.
What if they went the other way, though? What if they just avoided the Joker and just improved the quality of the rest of their releases? Is what I would do personally.
Hold on a second. Did you just say Hot Toys and improved quality in the same sentence?
Listen to this guy.
How dare you?
I think
they're being dreams.
I think what we're gonna see is them just come out with another version of their Joker, of this Joker. Because they've already reissued everything else from that fucking line. I think that's what we're going to see.
I think they would be insane to do that. What would they be thinking to do? If they did it before Queen showed this, sure. To do it now?
They're kind of petty, John. So I could see them doing it because of the way,
as soon as Yost said all this Batmobile stuff, they're like, oh, we'll drop a teaser and completely rock his world.
I think
that shit was fucking bullshit.
I think the best thing to do now would be to do the Nurse Joker. Not to do the same, not to do a reissue. They should do the Nurse Joker.
Or the police Joker, where he has the honor guard.
They did that already.
That's a good
They have had that one.
Oh, they did?
The 2-pack, the DX.
Oh, you're right.
DX01.
You're right. Fig Fate says, is it concerning to any of you guys how many figures Hot Toys announces versus how many actually get released? So many delays, and they keep piling on the announcements. They seem overwhelmed. I completely agree. And I think that's a common problem with, third-party companies, first-party companies. Not Todd McFarlane, apparently. That motherfucker makes 7 waves a week. Queen Studios did put up a poll, like I said. This is the tentative results. Obviously, they said Terminator's not possible, but it did win T2 Judgment Day and the Terminator T800 with 579 and 423 votes, respectively. The Batman/Batmobile 1989 with third place with 396 votes. You Want It will make it 80s movies poll. Now, speaking of movies, I don't know if this is an 80s movies or not, but Back to the Future Lego DeLorean. We talked about this 3 or 4 months ago as a rumor, and the rumor has been confirmed. This one's coming in at $170, releasing April 1st. It's neat to see in the box you get options for all 3 of the configurations. So you got the movie 1 version with the hook for the power pole. You got the movie 2 version with the hover wheels and the neon lights on the side. You also get the Back to the Future 3 with the white walled tires, which I think is great. You also get several minifigs of Doc and Marty, a little display plaque, rather. And so I think this is a great set. I think 170 is maybe a touch high. It does come with 1,872 pieces, so that is below the 10-cent price per part. But I don't know. I kind of felt like this was like a 150 set. Dean the Dream Martin, is this of any interest to you?
Almost. I definitely kind of want a DeLorean in the collection. It does not come with minifigures. I don't see any on the box.
It does. I'm trying to find the photo.
Oh, okay, cool.
I added it this morning, and it didn't.
Not enough of them apparently, though. I think it's like 2 of them.
Yeah, I think John, to that point, they're giving you all 3 configurations. I think it would be great to give you 6 total. 3 Doc, 3 Martys, because their outfits are very different movie to movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I want a DeLorean, but it's kind of expensive for kind of just mild curiosity. But who knows? We'll see where I'm at when the time comes.
This is cool. I don't know if I'd get it or not. I'm trying to not go out of my Lego lines that I've created for myself, but I think it's cool and it's an option. So maybe.
You muted yourself, John. You unmuted then muted yourself.
Was I? I wasn't muted. I thought I was muted.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you weren't.
Oh, this is how you do a release. I think the 3 versions right out of the box. You'll love it. Great price point considering you're going to be able to swap the tires and the kit for the front of the vehicle for the 3rd movie. This is really cool. There's the two little minifigs.
I guess they're technically out of scale.
Yeah, so this when Lego does like this type of style, they'll do like for example the tumbler. It's maybe like in scale for like a 3 3/4 inch figure, but the Legos are they're like an inch tall. So these kind of like more higher end collector's sets. They're called Creator Expert. They're not in minifig scale. I was just gonna mention I love the attention to detail. You get the California Back to the Future 2 license plate with the what is that, like a barcode on the back, and then you get the out of time license plate. I just think that's so clever.
It's a fun release.
Yeah, it's a fun release. Anyone else have a take on this before we move on?
Yeah, my money's tied up in Jokers until 2024, but this looks phenomenal. Like this would be something that would get me into Legos. This is a really cool set, but yeah, not for me currently.
I mean, meat on the bone, but I would.
Dare you?
Just kidding. I would say though, for the money, if it was this price and you only got the one iteration of the vehicle, then I would feel like it was a little pricey. But the 3 different display setups is awesome. The hoverboards in there, the plutonium case. I mean, I'm on board with this. I've been trying to collect away from Lego a little bit because with the Joker and the tumbler set that I had, it looked a little crazy big on my coffee table in comparison to some of the other stuff that I still want to collect. But if I was if I was still in with Lego, this would be a must buy, 100%.
So that does come out April 1st, so we'll keep you guys up to date with that. The Master Chief, or the Spartan Collection rather, from Jazzwares, they announced or had leaked, I'm not exactly sure the situation, but Carter and George from Noble Team from Halo Reach, and I'm very excited for that. It's not often that companies complete a line, especially a line with 5 or 6 characters. I think it's quite rare. So to this point, they've released Cat, Noble 6 in June, and this is the last 2 members of the team. I think it would be a great throwback if they gave you the original Noble 6, but until then... they also released Emil, sorry. Until then, it's really great to see that they're doing this. I believe the George rather, is going to be like a deluxe figure. I think I saw the price point of $29.99 being floated around. But this is something that Small Talk will cover in depth on their next show. And there's also, I think, like 5 or 6 other figures that were announced during this reveal/leak. But Dean, I know you're a big fan of the Halos. Any thoughts?
Yeah,
on this?
I definitely need this. I got Rainer got me a meal and cat. I have Noble 6 next to me, I think. So I need these two, and then I guess the sniper. What's his name? I always forget the fucking
June.
snipers. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be super cool to have these guys on the shelf.
All right, let's move on. John, it is the time of the show where we hear from our wonderful sponsor and what they're doing for our people.
We want to thank our friends over at 1/6 Corner. Sweet angels they are. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Collecting Weekly listeners get 10% off any in-stock figures while our show is live using code capital CW10, that's CW10. You choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and you leave the rest to them. Check out 1/6 Corner, guys.
Thank you, John. So our topic of the week is brand loyalty, specifically companies that produce figures and companies that sell figures. This week, I've seen a lot of discussion on, I don't want to say the word Hot Toys fanboy, but I feel like that's kind of where some people are at. Like, there's no way Queen could outdo Hot Toys, or, just wait till Hot Toys comes back with their response to this. And I'm curious for you guys, are there any companies that you have a lot of brand loyalty for? Maybe a good customer service experience, maybe like a release that really blew you away, or even on the flip side, things that kind of upset you that you're no longer loyal to a brand. I've had great luck with Sideshow. I know we kind of dog on them quite a bit, but I mean their customer service is really top shelf. There's been times where I've had stuff that hasn't worked properly. The Emperor, the throne on mine, the lights like short-circuited, and they were like flickering like a rave. Like a week after I got the figure, hit them up, sent me a brand new throne, had to destroy the old one. Jedi Luke had an issue with the tunic. It had a really nasty like orange stain on the tunic. They sent me a whole new body. And I think, honestly, their statues are definitely not bad for the price. I have a few of them on pre-order, and even now with like new films that are coming out, like the Batman, like I'm actively excited for them to announce their version so I can compare it against everything else. I don't know that for shopping I have a particular preference. I've gone through Big Bad Toy Store for first party stuff. I've gone through Amazon. I've gone through 1/6 Corner for third party OSK in the past. Haven't particularly had the best experiences with some of the overseas third party companies outside of those two. But I mean, as far as that stuff goes, like I do feel quite a bit of loyalty to those companies because, for 1/6 Corner, obviously they're a sponsor of ours, but there's been times where, like I really wanted a figure and, it was out of stock, but they were able to kind of find me a piece and, I don't want to say special order for me, but kind of acquire it for me and get me a good price for it. And, it was actually this Mr. Z horse. I think they were sold out on their website and they were able to find one for me. So I think that stuff's important, and especially with new companies entering the market. I think I'm just curious to see what you guys think about brand loyalty and if there's any companies that you're loyal to.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's. I mean, I do really enjoy Hot Toys, but I don't know if I would call me loyal because I own Sideshow figures, I own Asmus, third party, so I wouldn't really call that loyal, Also, with these prices that are coming out, I don't know, they're not loyal to me, you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of foolish to be brand loyal to certain things. I will say, this isn't 6 scale or anything, but Figma or I forget the parent company, Good Smile. dude, they make such good fucking products that I know that it'll be a banger when it comes out. So maybe them, I would say. Like, I don't, if they have something I want, I don't hesitate to get it because I know it's going to be good. So I guess maybe just them if I had to name one, but that's kind of about it for me, I think.
I don't think I have any kind of like brand loyalty. I pretty much go with whoever gives me the best deal. As far as buying anything from someone, I'll go with whoever gives me the best deal. And as far as like a collectible manufacturer, again, I don't collect only certain things. Like even with statues, I get multiple. It's whoever makes the best version of that character. So I don't have a lot of like where it specifically has to be this person that makes it. The only time I think where I prefer to order from one person is with 1/6 Corner with third party stuff. I will always do my best to order from them because well, they're a sponsor, but also they usually offer the best deal. They offer the best like free shipping. They offer like the best pre-order. They offer the best communication. So I just like going through them. But sometimes they won't always have what I want, so I have to go through. I'll usually go through like KG Hobby will be my second choice. But they're kind of been, lacking on the communication. I had like an issue with something a while ago, and they got back to me, but it took a while. Sometimes I give them a little bit of like slack with those things because they are in a different time zone, different area, and days are different there. So I don't mind that, but they took like several weeks to get back to me on some stuff. So that was annoying, but yeah, for me, it's pretty much whoever offers the best deal, or the best bang for my buck, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Eddie. Like, I used to have brand loyalty. Right now, in this current year, where I stand, I have zero brand loyalty to any company right now. In the past, of course, it would be Hot Toys. It's just I feel like the way they are conducting their business, with their releases and quality control and so forth, that's kind of, I haven't been excited for Hot Toys in a while. I do want to give a shout out to, not necessarily a brand, but if we're talking customer service wise, my local comic shop. I've gone into comics recently, and I just think their service makes me, I go back to them every week. I have a few around me, but this one in particular, just absolutely great service. Tuesday morning hits, grab a coffee, sit down, order all the books. Everything's neatly organized. You can order them online. You go to the shop at the end of the month, at the end of the week, whenever, and he pulls everything for you that you ordered online, and everything's stacked and put neatly, and great copies. Just absolutely amazing customer service. Anybody in Canada, that's the Canadian Comic Book Bin. Those guys are awesome. But if we're talking collectibles, hopefully Queen Studios is going to be the one that reels me into some brand loyalty. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon. It's way too early to say that, but I also don't want to necessarily be a negative Nancy and say I have no brand loyalty. But that's the way it is right now for me.
Yeah, I would classify myself as a typical millennial and a typical American, right? Like, I have no loyalty. I will go where the best value is and kind of where the market, takes me. I would say that one exception is probably like a brand that I rep would be like PlayStation. For whatever reason, I really gravitate to PlayStation. Like, they have like a lot of good exclusives. That being said, like during the Xbox 360 era, I was totally willing to hop over to Xbox. And so even when it comes to that, just whatever, the best experience, the best value. So that's like quality and quantity. What was that, Eddie?
I was the same way. for a while. Xbox was a big thing. I swapped over to that, and then PlayStation came back a couple of years ago, so I went back to PlayStation.
That's right.
With the PS4. Yeah.
Whatever gives the best experience and the best value, right? So, yeah, I'd say that's a good comparison. So when it comes to Hot Toys, like obviously, like almost all my figures are Hot Toys, and I really do love the business they do. But I'm excited for them to have competition, and if Queen is killing it, then I would absolutely have room for them in my collection and to root for them and to support them. So yeah, I definitely ain't loyal.
These hoes ain't loyal, man.
You hear that, Gigi?
God damn it, Eddie. I was going to say the fucking motherfucker.
I knew y'all were going to go there.
That's awesome. And, I was surprised. I didn't think I'd talk about the tumbler this much today, the Lego tumbler. But Lego is a company that I would say I have a little bit of loyalty to at this point, after I had an amazing customer experience with them once. I got the Lego tumbler, and now I was a younger guy. I didn't have a ton of money. So Canadian, a $300 Lego set was a ton of cash to spend on some Lego. And so I was working at the bank at the time at a call center, and it wasn't a job that you could just leave. Like, they clocked every minute of every day. And I got the notification that this Lego tumbler had been delivered at my house. Well, I lived on a street where there was a school at the end of the street. It was open, exposed doorway, no fence, nothing. So I'm freaking out. I'm thinking, there's nobody home. What am I going to do? It's winter outside in Canada. Like, it's going to be under a snowbank by the time I get there. I've got 5 hours to the end of my shift. Nobody can pop over. So what do? I finish my shift, go home, 20-minute drive home. I'm thinking it's toast or it's going to be stolen. Like, there's no way some kid didn't see a Lego box the size of half a doorway and not snag that bad boy, right? And I get home, and this huge box is wedged between my screen door and my main door, covered partially in snow. And so I'm kind of devastated, right? Because I'm thinking, oh, like, the art box inside is going to be fucked. Like, what am I going to do? I get it out. Thankfully, it's okay. But it didn't sit well with me because I'm thinking, like, it's weird that for such an expensive package, I didn't have to sign off for it. Like, that seems weird. So I email Lego customer service and basically just say that, hey, how come I didn't have to sign off for this package? I got home, it had been sitting in a snowbank all day. And, like, this is a lot of money. It's a collectible item. I might, like, is there anything that can be done about this? Like, does that even make sense for your policies? And I heard back from Lego in the same day. And they literally said, no problem, sir. Totally get it. Happens all the time. We apologize. We already have another one in the mail for you. No problem. No cost.
What?
It's on the way.
Let's go.
First of all, I have two how dare yous. Okay? Two how dare yous. My first how dare you is, how dare you get the poor Canada Post worker in trouble? Okay. How dare you?
Christ, Ben
It was
became a
John,
robot.
actually.
It was probably me.
Ben, your mic is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, because how dare you? And secondly, how the hell do you expect a Canadian to steal from another Canadian's porch? This is Canada, buddy.
That's what I was thinking.
We
I
don't
was
be
like,
stealing here.
I thought Canada was like this nice place. People were like walking around giving people free donuts and shit.
So
I thought
they sent you a new
hey,
one
you guys,
and let you
want
keep.
some Timmy Hortons, like that's
Jesus Christ. Come on, Timmy Hortons right here. No, they actually sent you another one and let you keep the original one.
He's mute.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's the
Yeah, Ben, I don't know if you want to figure that out, but I don't think you could just shake your head for the rest of the show.
What was it that he got in the mail?
The tumbler, Lego tumbler.
Yeah, the Lego
big
tumbler.
one.
That's crazy, yeah.
It was the Lego tumbler.
Ben, try unplugging your mic and then plug it back in.
Sorry, guys.
Where's your pop filter, man? Good lord.
That's not the reason why.
I know, but now it's upsetting me.
Style Collector says, if you're a pro, you don't need a pop filter. Style Collector says, XM Studios kicking out quarter scale while Sideshow seems to be lagging behind.
Thanks for the super chat, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
I will say another brand I'm absolutely loyal to. Well, sort of. Play Arts Kai, because they make the Final Fantasy VII figures. And now there's like 6 scale figures coming out, which, are arguably better. But I will still buy Play Arts Kai because it's from Square Enix. It's their property. They make the figures. I like them enough that, I'll always buy them.
So what if Queen came out with some banger Final Fantasy VII figures?
That's another company down the hole.
I'd buy both of them.
Oh,
yeah.
I will
Adriana,
still always buy the Pirates card.
Adriana says she has loyalty to Nordstrom. Yeah, love
There
to
you
hear
go.
it. I'm sure Eddie doesn't love to hear it, but you love to hear it.
Also, another
Nordstrom
brand.
rack, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
The outlets.
Yeah. Another brand I'm absolutely loyal to is Ford. We've owned. I mean, you name it. My family has
That's
owned.
not really what
Mercedes.
this is about, but
I know. I'm just saying, like Mercedes, Porsche, like you name it, we've owned it.
a brand that I'm loyal to is Trojan Magnum.
Jeez.
Magnum.
If we're going off collecting, do you guys have the Mandarin in the States?
I have the Magnum.
The Mandarin?
Yeah, have you ever
From
heard
Iron
Mandarin?
Man?
It's
No,
a
we don't have
it's a all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet.
Oh yeah.
Do you have
We
that?
Well, I don't know if it's the same one you're talking about, but I have been to a Mandarin all-you-can-eat buffet.
That customer service there, holy mac, that's outstanding.
Okay, let's get back on track.
Customer service, bro.
You're on the toilet the next day for the majority of the day, but
this is on track. Come on.
That's
Jesus Christ.
have some fun,
You got
Zach.
Sony, you got fucking Ford.
My favorite brand, Collecting Weekly.
Hell yeah, dude.
Those stickers always delivered on time.
Dude, every
Well,
Ford
not this
Ford
month,
we-
to be honest.
I was loyal to.
I'll be honest, I phoned in
Are you
this
guys
month.
loyal to your porn sites?
Jeez.
You want to really get crazy?
Spank. Okay, there's been a newcomer for me. Spank. Wait, let me. I just type in the S and it goes straight to the website. Let me make sure that I'm on the right website.
Spank Bank or Spank Bang.
Bang,
Something
there
like
you go. Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
to see it.
That's
That's
a
a good
good one.
website. Net Video Girls. I'll tell you what. Wow. what a. Anyways, we'll save that for tomorrow.
I hope Adriana wasn't.
Steven's Collectibles. What a great retailer. I just think that when we go to the store, Dean, we spend a lot of time there. We're not really just there to pick up and leave. We'll chat for a bit. But when people come in, I mean, he knows like a little nugget about every person that's a customer. Hey, how's your wife doing? How's work? How's this thing that you told me about last time? It's you get like a vibe there. I'm almost certain that when Eddie goes back, Adriana says, "You finish that sentence real quick, Eddie."
You love it.
Cut the feed.
I bet when Eddie comes in again, he'll recognize Eddie and hit in broadcast. He's just such a
I
great
didn't
guy,
mention
and-
them. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
if I
such
could,
a-
if I lived there, I would buy everything from him.
From who?
From
Jesus
Stevens.
Oh, Stevens, yeah. He's great.
Mario says, "Happy 10 years, Adriana." How dare you?
Have you guys been together 10 years?
We
Yeah, it's
wouldn't
their
have been
anniversary
together
today.
10 years if I couldn't fucking jack off to a little porn every now and
Hold
then.
on a
I tell you
second.
that. That's cool.
The anniversary's today?
Why would you say that, bro?
Guys, wait a second.
It is.
Your anniversary's today?
Yes,
You got
it's
that
today,
stupid cup
John.
out of
Happy
your face.
anniversary. Yay!
Thanks, man. I
didn't
didn't want
even
to.
know.
I didn't want to take away your
You got
birthday.
together
Who gives a
so
shit
I
about
did
my
on-
birthday?
On John's
I don't.
birthday, 10 years.
Adriana, look at this face for life.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Jumbo.
Happy anniversary, guys.
We're down a Canadian, so we'll hopefully
happy
get Ben
anniversary.
She's the
back.
Well,
Ranger.
there was only one real Canadian here. Anyways.
Can I
You,
give one
you
more
had a
plug
Canadian
for-
and a half.
Well, 2 Canadians are worth 1 American, so
One more
is true.
plug for Stevens, if I could, please.
yeah, please.
Just messaging him to, order figures. He doesn't know me from anybody, and he spends so much time and care just being a great person. So definitely someone that I'd be loyal to and want to support.
Yeah, shout out to Steven. I got my tax refund coming soon. I'm gonna make it rain in your PayPal account because I'm behind on some
Wow.
prayers.
I thought you said that was for my birthday gift.
How
What
dare
the
you?
fuck? Wow.
Yeah, can't
Sam
wait
makes
for
a great
silk.
point. He says, "I'm willing to pay a markup to support brick and mortar."
That's a
To
good
a
point.
point. To a point. I think for me,
Sometimes.
if Steven, 10, 15, $20 maybe, right, on a hot toy or whatever. But there's some brick and mortars in San Antonio. I mean, you're talking 70, 80, $90. That's too much for me. I don't care what level of service you're providing. That's too much.
Some have the audacity to ask for a tip.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of douchey too.
That was great.
I think I told you guys there's one over here where they open the hot toys, they display them, and then mark them up $100. I'm
I
like,
can't
"Fucking, you could
stand
keep those.
that. Are you
You could
like?
keep that shit."
Are you opening up a hot toy? Are you out of your
Oh, I
mind?
thought you were
No
talking
idea
about the
what they're
markup.
No.
And I want to support
took it
them.
out of
They're in
the
a good
box.
location. I want to support a local shop, but they stink.
If you're taking your figures and putting them on display and expect me to buy them for above retail, bro, you are smoking something.
Yeah, with someone like Steven or Buddy, where it's just like their shop, I don't mind paying more than retail. But when it's some place that like there's a chain of shops here in town.
Shopping center.
We'll call them H&F. It's a big enough company that they're not just a single dude running a shop. And like Zach said, they're marking it up 80, 90, $100, and it's like no, like absolutely not. Yeah. But when it's just like a guy and he's paying rent on his own building and he's working behind the desk, like I know that dude is gonna appreciate the business, and I don't mind doing it that way.
Yeah.
Lane says, for LCS, what have been some of your experiences for how they require you to put down your special order? Mine expects 20% down or pre-order off the top. Depends on the retailer. With Stevens, I think it's a 10% down and then monthly payments, or you can pay like 30% and then just full pay when it comes in, which I think both are very reasonable because he has to actually pay for them also, like out of his own pocket. So
yeah,
that seems reasonable to me.
My local comic shop will give you a pretty significant discount, but you have to pay everything up front. You have to the whole pre-order. You have to do up front, which I don't like to do.
Yeah.
Even though it's a good discount. It's like 20 or 30% off. It's a lot, dude. But it's still a lot of money to put down, so I can't do that.
Yeah, because he's putting his whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's like a lot of guys that play games. The shop will give them a chance. Okay, yeah, we won't take any money for your pre-order. Then they order and they get stuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Anyways, let's move on. So, Star Wars, Christopher Lloyd joins The Mandalorian Season 3. No word of the character yet. I think it'll be interesting. It's amazing to me that Christopher Lloyd looks like basically the same from Back to the Future. It blows my mind. I'm excited about this. I think, Star Wars could use it. There's been some rumors of some characters people think he's going to be, but I think speculation is kind of stupid at this point.
Grogu's father?
Jesus Christ.
That explains the ears.
Anyone else excited for that?
Yeah, he's obviously a sweetheart, so seeing him as a good guy is cool. But he's also pretty good at being a bad guy, so I kind of low-key hope he's a villain, because I don't know if you guys remember...
Dennis the Menace?
No. Roger Rabbit. Pretty solid bad guy in Roger Rabbit.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love that
He is
movie,
the
dude.
bad guy in Roger Rabbit. I
Fuck
didn't
yeah,
remember
he is.
that.
Dude,
wow.
Awesome bad guy. So,
wow.
Either way, I'll be happy. I like Christopher Lloyd a lot. He was in a movie I watched recently. What the fuck was it? Oh, Nobody? Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he was good in that, too.
Yeah, he's the dad. He's like,
That's a great movie if you haven't seen it.
So cool. I got to watch it because of Eddie. Thank you, Eddie.
Which movie was that?
I've watched so many movies because of Eddie.
Nobody?
It's called Nobody.
Did you know he was the bad guy in Dennis the Menace?
That's what Marco just said.
Oh, sorry, Marco. When he speaks, I don't pay attention. Sorry about that, buddy.
Wow.
No,
I understand.
How dare you?
I'm only kidding. I fucking love.
I feel like you weren't kidding.
No, I love you.
There's some truth there.
No, not at all. You're an absolute angel. There's not enough comedy in this episode. We got to get a little pump of, some jokes.
Well, John, you're not the comedy guy, okay? You're the... I don't know what you are, but you're not the comedy. You're
Wow.
the gabagool.
Okay.
You're the gabagool.
Can we go? Can I say one more thing about that?
No. Yes.
I know this is something to get some goodwill from the fans, right? But if they don't nail it with Kenobi, by the time we get to Mandalorian Season 3, we might be deflated. We might not even want more Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Dude, Obi-Wan is going to be Mandalorian Season 3. Don't worry. They'll find a way to fuck it.
And then Darth Maul
shove
Season
Mando
1.
in there.
Wow. I would not be surprised.
Obi-Wan's going to
honestly.
meditate into the future, and we're just going to see fucking
Oh, wow.
Season 3.
Thank you,
No,
Sonny
we're
Bill.
going to see
Appreciate that.
Kid Din Djarin fucking in Tatooine
Jeez.
for no fucking reason. And Darth Maul's going to fucking find him.
Yeah.
Amazon buys MGM Studios for $8.5 billion. Billion with a B. Love to see it. That's a significant studio. Our movie of the week is Reign of Fire. Let's read the synopsis here. The film is set in England in the year 2020, which I always think it's special when films do like, oh, it's, in the future. And then it's like, fuck, dude, that was 2 years ago. Like, I always feel a little old.
Somehow the dragons would have been preferable to a real 2020.
Jesus Christ, you're not wrong. All because of bat fucking soup. 20 years after London, tunneling project workers inadvertently awakened dragons from centuries of slumber, and the creatures have subsequently replaced humans as the dominant species on Earth. With the fate of mankind at stake, two surviving parties led by Quinn Abercrombie, Christian Bale, and Denton Van Zandt, Matthew McConaughey, find that they must work together to hunt down and destroy the beasts in a desperate attempt to take back the world. As a kid, this was like my favorite movie of all time. Like, okay, maybe not my favorite movie, but this was pretty fucking good. I remember we like wore this VHS/DVD out. Like, this movie, I mean, it was just like on repeat. I just like dragons as a kid, and even now, like D&D, like I cannot wait until we get to fight a dragon, Dean. But the plot, I think it's okay. I think there's some interesting points about it. Critical reception not particularly good, and in fact, this movie didn't make a ton of money in the box office, and I believe they had planned to do a sequel, but because of all that stuff and the reception, they ended up axing it. But I do like the relationship between Christian Bale's character and Matthew McConaughey's character. I also love the, I don't know what you call it, like makeup or costuming for Matthew McConaughey's character. It looks like a totally different person, which I think is great. But yeah, I think this movie's great. I think the dragons are awesome. It's, definitely some of the effects don't hold up. Like when they're doing that skydiving scene and they're like, that just doesn't really look that great. And then some of the dragons don't look particularly good, but when they're up close and they kill that first one and it's just like this massive pile of dragon, I think it does look pretty good. But yeah, I picked it for Cody, our Dungeon Master. It's supposedly his favorite movie of all time. And wow. I remember that comment from like many moons ago. And so I picked it for him. So I hope you got a chance to watch it again this week. But yeah, I love this movie. I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time, but I'm glad we got to watch it again. And I hope you guys actually watched it, because I think it's a pretty good movie. At least just to watch like once.
I watched it the day after you suggested it. My main problem with this movie is these are not dragons. These are wyverns. So I don't know who was in charge with that. They fucked up.
What the fuck is that?
A dragon has 4 legs and 2 wings. A wyvern has 2 legs and the wing arms. Yeah.
Like in Game of Thrones, they're not dragons. They're wyverns.
They're wyvern.
Oh.
That's just, a super nerdy nitpick, but it's just like, well, they're not dragons. So anyway, I didn't know anything about this movie. I always thought it was, a medieval dragon movie. So I start watching it. I didn't bother reading a synopsis. I was just like, that's the movie. Here we go. And I caught a glimpse of like guns in the HBO Max kind of cross media bar thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Guns? What is this?
Dean was like, I'm on board.
So the movie starts and I was like, oh shit, this is like post-apocalyptic in like the real world. It's not fantasy based. Well, I mean it is, but it's not in a fantasy world, right? Completely took me by surprise. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. When Matthew McConaughey shows up, I was like, that's not Matthew McConaughey. He's supposed to be in this movie, but like that's not him. That
took
dude
me a
is
second.
fucking jacked in this movie. Usually he plays kind of like a scrawny nerdy guy. Holy shit, dude. He's a fucking badass in this movie. Kind of a piece of shit. You really don't like him when he first shows up. And he's like really fucking mean to everybody for no reason. Like they kill a dragon and he's like, you guys are fucking pathetic. And you're just like, geez, man, like, can you just like let him?
I mean, it's the
this
apocalypse, not no reason, right?
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. And I thought it was so funny, the line, the only thing worse than dragons, Americans.
Dean, I tried to screen record that clip for for John to have for his like 8,000 clips that he has for anything.
Yeah.
And I tried it on HBO and it didn't work. And I was like, oh, it's on YouTube, so I'll do it on YouTube because it's like YouTube free with ads, and it didn't work. I was so upset. It was such a perfect clip, and I just couldn't get it to work.
And
Sounds
it's funny,
accurate though.
because it's like, oh, like the only thing worse than dragons Americans, but Americans show up and fuck everything up. Subsequently, they got fucked up, but it was such a good movie. I had so much fun watching it. Sometimes, we watch these movies that we all recommend each other, and it's kind of like, oh no, like, do I really have to watch this? And sometimes we enjoy it. Sometimes, it's, Richie Rich. So
Jesus
I
Christ.
was a little on the fence, but dude, I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I liked it a lot. I'm really glad that I'm bummed it's taken me this long to watch it. Like you said, it's not winning any awards, but it's a fun turn
It's
your
a
brain
fun-
off and
thank
enjoy
you.
the movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for
Thanks, bro.
popping
Shout
this
out to
I liked
Cody.
it.
This is a really interesting one, and I'm conflicted on it because there's a lot of good stuff in here. Like, I think it's definitely worth a watch, but it kind of suffers from that early 2000, like, the CG is not quite there. That being said, I think it was a really smart move to make this movie so dark. So, like, when the dragons are like obstructed, it looks really good actually. Like, there's certain ones that look phenomenal, and then up close sometimes it's like, oh, this is a bit shaky. So, like, it's hit and miss on the CG. I think the acting's phenomenal. I hate Christian Bale's accent in this though. Like, why did he choose? No, joking on that. No, Christian Bale knocks it out of the park. McConaughey. Shout out to the reenactment of the Empire scene. That was a pretty cool little nugget as well.
I love how the kids are like, "Did you make that up?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You
Got to take
motherfucker."
credit for that. So that was awesome. Yeah, I think overall I would definitely recommend it. It kind of had it reminded me of a little bit of Waterworld for whatever reason. I think it was just kind of the corniness of certain parts of it, but then also like of the gritty reboots that we'd later get. So it's like somewhere in between worlds for me. But again, I think it's definitely worth a watch, and it's a fun little hidden gem when you realize all the great actors that came from it.
I'm hoping that's better.
Yeah, you don't sound Robotronic.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for your patience. Definitely appreciate it. I loved this film. This was the first time I've seen this movie. It gave me kind of a Skyrim meets Mad Max world almost vibe, which was awesome. I've loved Elder Scrolls. I've loved dragons just in general. People say that Dragonheart is the best dragon movie of all time. Honestly, this still, I don't know. I think this surpassed that, man. And like, it's been years since I've seen Dragonheart as well. So there may be that. But I would honestly say I loved the character development. I felt like their struggle felt real. It never felt depressing, but it definitely felt real. And that kind of layer of ash over everything gave it that just level of realness in the background too. We're allowed to spoil, right?
Of course.
Okay. When Gerard Butler's character dies, I legit felt kind of bad, and even like the kids are crying in the background and stuff. And like, he was kind of a background character a little bit in the movie. I mean, he's super likable, but he, like, when he died, I was like, ooh, poor bastard, And I agree with Dean. Like, Matthew McConaughey this is 20 years ago, so the guy's in his prime, obviously. But he looked mean and gritty and badass. And when he was introduced, you kind of think, oh, like, he's going to be a bit of a bad guy. But then you kind of realize he's just got that kind of ride or die attitude, unlike Christian Bale's character, which clearly wants to kind of stay more put and kind of set up shop and try and survive this. Matthew McConaughey's character really dives in head first. Zach, I think you said it the best a couple weeks ago to me, and it's stuck with me ever since. And it's the rule of cool. I thought that the helicopters in this movie were kind of ridiculous. I was like, how the heck did that helicopter get from, what was it, England or like America all the way to England or back? That didn't make sense to me. But again, I think it's a movie. It was really freaking cool. And, this is 20 years ago CGI. It was still really good for 20 years ago. I think it doesn't get the same level of hype that I mean, I know it doesn't because I've never even seen it, that something like Jurassic Park does. And I would say that the dragons and some of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs are on a pretty level playing field at times. I would have liked to hear more of the sound from the dragons. They were kind of often in the distance. But other than that, super cool. I'm really happy you chose this one, dude, because this is actually going to be on a buy list for me. I think I might actually pick this one up.
Ben, it's funny that you mentioned the helicopter thing. One of the flight sim YouTubers that I follow, he does like Mythbusters, like, can you land this plane on this runway that's super like stupid small? And one of the ones that he did was when they first meet the Americans, he's like, we had this C-130 with 2 engines that were out, and we flew it from New York to wherever. And the guy did the flight, and he's like, yeah, you could totally fly this jet this distance, with ample fuel.
Okay.
He kind of like myth busted it. Now the helicopters, oh, we're getting bad echo. The helicopters, I'm not sure if that's possible, but definitely the jet story is really possible.
Yeah, they like never needed fuel. I was like, it was giving me like a panic attack on the inside. Like, are you gonna run out of fuel? How are you getting fuel in this helicopter? She's flying it all day and all night. When are they refueling? Where's the fuel at? Because their convoy gets destroyed. Yeah, the helicopter thing definitely was. It took me out of the movie a bit.
A little bit.
Oh, dude, this fucking movie. Honestly, I would love to talk about it, but I didn't watch it.
You motherfucker, Eddie. Eddie.
Bro, I was like, oh, Eddie's
2 weeks in
like...
a row. Eddie, 2 weeks in a row.
I was like, Eddie's about to talk like.
If you miss next
so
movie, don't show up, bro.
Oh shit!
Jesus
2 weeks
Christ,
in a row,
man. It's my 10-year anniversry today.
Yeah.
We got a week.
Was it your 10-year anniversary for the last 6 days?
Yeah, it's my anniversary week.
All right,
I know.
I'm gonna give Eddie a pass for
I like
not
the
watching
premise.
it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give John a pass for being late to mic checks because
What
it's
the
his birthday.
mic check? But what? You're gonna give me
So
a
let
pass?
it be written. So let it be done.
Excuse me. Can I get a pass for not watching it too?
Can't watch
You
it
get a pass
now
on these
because Ben
nuts.
spoiled it, by the way.
Adriana just threw you under the bus.
Okay, guys, listen. I'm using. You get 1 card a year. Are you listening to this?
Adriana,
Listen.
whose side are you on?
Hang on, here we go. Let's hear this.
Look at me. Hold on. Look at me.
Blocked by Timmy Horton.
We can't.
Yeah, we can't see you.
You get 1 card a year to miss a movie. So I'm using it this week.
Oh my god.
Listen, it was a birthday. Come on. Cut me some slack. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I can sit here and put on a parade like Dean does every week and lie to these beautiful viewers here. But I won't. I'm an honest guy, and I'll tell you I didn't watch it. I watch every other movie. I haven't missed one, and if I have, I haven't missed one. I did shut off Dark Fate that I chose because that was an absolute horrendous.
I think we all did. Though, so I think we all got the pass.
I didn't watch this one. I will. It's just the
Thanks,
birthday
Scott.
week. Got a baby. It's been busy, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the facts. 6.2 out of 10 out of IMDb.
What a legend!
What a legend, bro.
6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. 42% on Rotten Tomatoes.
How dare you?
And 82.2 million at box office.
What's
Length
the runtime?
Runtime? Damn, it's not even here. Hold on, we're gonna get it for you.
112 minutes.
142. 142 minutes. I looked it up. I looked up because I was gonna watch it. I'm like, an hour and 42 minutes. Forget about it. But we had such a panel full of talent and they all took the time to watch it. I don't think I can even add to what these wonderful gentlemen said.
There's no meat on the bone, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
I do apologize. Wait a second.
Who the fuck said that?
This was a short
It's
episode.
not better than Dragon.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Who's picking the next one? Am I up or is it Eddie? I think it's Eddie.
Dean.
It's Dean?
Yeah.
Didn't he just pick the other day?
No, I picked this one.
Yeah, Dean hasn't picked in a while.
I thought I watched the bad movie the other day.
Wow.
Dean, what's your movie?
I'm joking. I love you, bro.
I was like bouncing back and forth on what should it be, and I think we done Fantastic Beasts.
No, I don't think so.
I want to
Not
say
as since
we
I've
have.
been on here.
I want to say we have because remember when I was on the Harry Potter binge, I made everyone watch it. I'm almost certain we have. But
that might have been the right before I started because it was when you were gonna get the Newt figure.
Yeah, but it's I don't know because I watched it for the first time this week.
You could do the second one. You could always do the second
No,
one.
don't do the
if you-
second one. We didn't watch if you didn't watch the first one. Do the second
We
one.
could do both. If you
I
guys are
don't
down to
know.
watch two movies.
Why don't we
They're
just
both
start
on
with
H-
one? I've actually never seen it, so it'd be a
They're-
good excuse to
They're
watch
both
it.
on HBO Max.
How many skip cards do we get a year?
You said one.
That's what I was gonna say. Well, it looks like I won't be here next week.
I guess we'll do some research and see if we've done it before. I don't think we have, because I know we did all the Harry Potter, or not all of them, but we did the Harry Potters. So
The first one's not bad.
We could do
actually.
the first
second
one.
one is not as good as the first one to me.
Yeah, the second one's not as good as the first one because it's moving into the third. So there's so much left unsaid in the second one. But yeah, I choose Fantastic Beasts.
Okay, that's on Disney Plus.
It's on HBO Max.
Oh well, that'll be a problem. Okay.
Well, you only have one card, John. So.
I don't know if I can buy that.
Well, I hate to phone it in, but this is hour 35. It's the shortest episode yet. Do you guys want to talk about anything for a little bit?
Wanna
Yeah,
talk about Gilgamesh?
let's talk about that Queen Studios Joker again. Yeah, like it was.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Fern. Go ahead, Dean.
Oh, I was just gonna say I like the Iron Man holding up the Timmy Horton.
Oh yeah, you gotta have it.
That's a nice.
You
touch.
love it.
100%.
I got my first painted sculpts by Ian in.
Oh,
I
nice.
forgot
Are
to
Ian?
Put them on new this week. Yeah.
Is
that David Hasselhoff?
I should have sent pictures, but
Jesus,
no,
could
it's
you make that
Tom
look any
Welling
worse?
from Smallville. But
Oh yeah, it looks like him. Who is that again?
Tom Welling from Clark Kent from Smallville. But yeah, I should have sent you guys pictures because
Yeah, you should
my
have.
camera's not gonna focus on.
Didn't
it.
watch the movie, didn't take the pictures. You hate to see it.
Great job, Ian.
It's too many rules on this goddamn show.
Smiling one.
I totally had a new this week that I forgot to talk about.
It looks really good in person. Ian did a great job. Thanks, Ian, man. Appreciate it.
Great job, buddy.
Oh my god, where is it? It's just a pre-order, so I don't actually have it in hand. But let me pull this out.
Oh boy.
Well, Dean's pulling that up. Can I ask, when's the next Ringcast? Because we haven't watched this yet.
Jesus
Shout out to Zach. But when we do, we want to discuss.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Come on, Mark, get your stuff together, bro.
It's okay.
Here, share screen.
I was in the middle of moving, and Dean was going to step in at my place. It was supposed to be this Saturday, and I was like, maybe I've just been so busy, like I didn't see the notification. And I was like, how'd the show go? And they're like, oh, we didn't do it. I'm like, what the fuck, Mark? It's fucking late. It's like 3 months late
You
at
wanna
this
do
point.
this fucking live?
I don't
That's
see
what we do,
the.
man. That's what we do.
Anything happened?
We'll
in the
do it
news?
live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Jeez, that guy's some angry shit. Anything happened in the news lately?
Oh, Saturday. Saturday's when we're going. Here we go. Anyways, well, I guess that's it.
Oh, that's just like.
Marco, or what do you pulling up? Here?
I'm trying to pull up this pre-order that I got, but it's not popping up on my screen, on my share screen.
Let's talk about you guys' channels. I guess we'll give you guys some airtime to plug that.
Sounds good. Well, I will plug that Ben and I are going to be doing a little unboxing tomorrow on my channel, and I think we're going to do something on Ben's channel eventually. We're going to be doing the DX11, a figure that I don't have, but obviously Ben does. And so, yeah, I think we're going to talk about, what compelled us both to get the Queen Studios Joker and really compare the quality to that old figure. Excuse me, I don't want to say old because it's a classic, and I think there's going to be value in that figure. For
Are you lighting it on fire at the end?
Oh man!
Wow.
No, you can't. It's still a banger of a figure.
Oh,
I'm still very jealous that you have it, Ben. So we will be doing that tomorrow. I think about 6:30 Pacific time. Excuse me. And and then this Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we will be interviewing Loco Lou and his wife. And then the week after, I think the plan is to have Eddie and John on for a little boys chat. So yeah, we got some good content coming up on the channel.
Wow,
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Did
Marco.
we agree to that,
Appreciate it.
Eddie?
I think it's a tentative. It's a placeholder until you guys confirm.
It's a
No, of
placeholder.
course. For you, anything, buddy.
And I've been
Ben.
inspired. Yeah, I've been inspired to start up a little channel myself. I've been doing just some fun unboxings, looking at the Mandalorian Beskar helmet from the Black Series. I've taken a look at the Flash now, A couple figure reviews. I'm going to do movie reviews, throwing it around with Marco. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of film and figures and food maybe, and kind of a couple things. So I'm trying to hit my goal of 50 subscribers. It's a pretty small goal, but it's been kind of fun chasing a little bit. And otherwise, if I can get this mic situation sorted out, I'm not sure what happened there. Hopefully you guys will see me again here. Yeah, I know. That's. I've only got about one more strike left, so
they'll shut you down.
That's okay.
They'll shut you down, man.
We'll shut you down, man.
But thanks, guys.
Definitely sub to those guys. Can someone you guys can put your link in the comments, and we'll get some people to check you out. Dean, it's that time of the show where we say thank you to the people that keep the doors open.
Yay! Thank you to the 3 pillars that hold up.
What the? What?
I borrowed that from John. Yeah, shout out Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joao Bretta, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Fern, King Zach, Susan Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomoski, Rick DeGregorio, Alvin Jules, The Handsome, The Pissed Off, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Aled Morgan, Tukathri, Wah, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Dalmaton, Bola Boy, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi, The Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Bam, 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 bam. What a bunch of angels, guys.
You love to see it. Now our April Patreon benefits. So March is shipping hopefully tomorrow with the move. My stickers got in a box, and the box was under an avalanche, and I finally unearthed them today. Those will be shipped tomorrow, but our April Patreon benefits that are going on the 20th is the Collecting Weekly Network sticker sheet. So this is a 6x4 sticker sheet, and each logo is an individual sticker. So if you look here, you can adorn all your stuff, and it's a pretty sweet sticker set, if I'm being completely honest. If you're into like first appearance stuff, it's the first Bricks and Brews, the first Live and Let Dice, and the first Collectors Club sticker. So very cool there. And then we have the Jumbo die cut sticker. So those are both very cool. We also have going out. Oops, I don't know if I even showed those. But yeah, so that's the April set. And then in April, we also have for the top tier members the Live and Let Dice D20. So you'll actually get like a package from us. And that's the logo designed by Manny, and it's printed on an actual D20, engraved and painted. So that'll be a pretty cool little bonus item for the top tier guys. Cuervo's saying, what do we have to do for 2 sticker sheets? Top tier, baby. Top tier will get 2 sticker sheets. And then Danny says, I always ignore him in his spaceship. I have it. It's in the new house. It will be worked on. So there's that. And then these are the tiers here. So if you want to join us on Patreon, the link's in the chat. The Sweet Angel is $5 a month. You get stickers sent straight to your door and access to Ox After Dark replay, which thank you guys for doing that last week. I was in the middle of the move, and from what I heard, it seemed like a good time. We also have the Certified Crispy tier of $15 a month. You get figure fix assistance and the Crispy certificate. We also have the $25 What a Guide tier. You get doubles of all the stickers we send and all the benefits of the previous tiers. You also get the Pog set. I'm having trouble figuring out when that's coming in, so if you're in that tier already, as soon as we get them the next month they'll go out, so stay tuned for that. But for sure next month, top tier, everyone in that tier is going to get a D&D dice until we run out of stock. I think we have 5 or 6 that aren't claimed yet, so they are fairly limited, and we won't be reissuing that black and gold colorway. John, can you do me a favor? Can you read the YouTube channel members for me, please?
YouTube channel members, we got Mojo Z78, OG Fan, Absolute Irwin, The Pimricas, Test Jess 1, Mark Pearson, Dark Avenger 702. We got Ben Thomas, OMFG Rick, Justin Harass, Mike Oxlong, We got Paul Schreiber, S Beam, Andrew Gibo, Andreas IB, CC3PO, Sweet Angel Daminator, Sam Gist, and Lemur Hernandez. Thank you, guys.
Where has Mike Oxlong been? I haven't seen him in a minute.
He was in.
I think he was in the chat last week.
No, yeah, when I was watching the After Dark, he was commenting in the chat.
Oh, was he? Man, I missed it. Damn.
So it's funny because Danny has been busting my balls about this model kit, very rightfully so. But I wanted to make sure it made it there safely, Danny. So when I packed it, I let it ride in the front seat with me, and I buckled it in and everything for you, bro. It's nice and safe, and it's in my closet. It's nothing on top of it.
He says,
Very
"Bless
safe.
you, Zach, and your thumb." What happened to your thumb?
Oh, remember I had that weird thing where I couldn't move my thumb for like 4 months?
Was it because it was in your bum?
How dare you? No,
His wedge.
I was left-hand jawboning too hard. If you want to join our YouTube channel members, I think we only need like 3 or 4 more to get access to another emoji, and we'll let the channel members pick. It's 99 cents if you're a Patreon. You get like cool different colors for your name and all kinds of emojis. So if you're in the chat, drop an emoji for us. Or if you're not a Patreon, it's $2.99. It's the Peanut Gallery tier. And it's all the same benefits. It's just a little bit more expensive because you're not a Patreon member. As far as the network goes, we have Collecting Weekly Live, OFAX, Small Talk, The Ringcast, In and Outs of Collecting, After Dark, Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing, Bricks and Brews, The Ringcast, which apparently is going to be this Saturday. Live and Let Dice, we had a kind of a emergency situation last week with Cody's work. But I think, don't hold me to this, but I think we're going to do this Saturday as the makeup session, and then the following Saturday as our normal scheduled session. So
Ringcast and Live and Let Dice on Saturday?
Oh, no. This Saturday we have, we're doing an unboxing with Cece, remember?
we might have to double snack shows, John.
In the evening.
That would be
Yeah,
triple
it'll
stack.
probably... I think we can do 2 shows live at the same time, or we'll have to figure something out. But yeah, that's the only day Cody can do it.
Wow.
And then we have Pose
Too bad for
Wars. Well, pull rank. We have Pose Wars, which is...
Over Cece? No.
We have Pose Wars, which is a monthly show now. I was like, Jesus Christ, John. We have Pose Wars, which is monthly, and then Collectors Club. Remind me, I've been out of loop this week. We have Club this Friday, or
Yes, sir. Club this Friday.
great.
Yeah.
And then Eddie, Small Talk is this Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Small Talk's next Thursday.
In and Outs of Collecting is this Friday. Thanks, guys. I've literally been like...
In and Outs is next Friday. Club is this Friday.
God damn it. Yes, I'm thinking OFAC. It's honestly been such an
OFAC is
exhausting,
this
like,
Thursday.
work 8 to 4 and then move out like 4 to 7:50 and then run here to
Sounds like
the
an
show.
excuse.
It is an excuse. What the fuck was that, Eddie? I've never heard his laugh sound like
Sinister-ass
that.
laugh, goddamn.
Jesus Christ.
I love you guys.
He's on your ass tonight, man.
Wait till we get off air. We have TeePublic also. We have some great new stuff there on the TeePublic, including the brand new Live and Let Dice logo designed by Manny the Man Gonzalez. So check that out if you want to rock some swag. John, can you read our socials
Yeah,
for
of
me,
course.
please?
We got, on Facebook, we got our main page, Collecting Weekly. We have Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. You guys know all about that already. We got Collecting Weekly on Instagram, at Collecting Weekly _clips, at the Everyday_collector, and at In and Outs of Collecting for all our statue updates and everything like that.
Very
Be sure to
cool.
give it a follow.
Sure to check those out. John, I want to give you a shout out. Birthday boy. How old are you today?
31, buddy.
Wow. 31 never looks so good. You'll
Old
love to
bat.
see it.
Oh, wow, that was kind. You hurt me, though. I'm not going to lie, you hurt me. And that's why I snapped a little bit.
What? When did I hurt you?
Well, I went to the
said he was
messenger
40.
right now, and, I was kind. I said, Zach, I'm going to be just I'm running a tad late. It's my birthday. I was with family. You guys are my family, but
Yeah,
I was
that's
with my
busting
family.
your balls, though. That's
Zach's
different.
like, buddy, you're supposed to be here 8 minutes ago. Well, fine.
Okay,
fuck
to
you.
be fair,
No, I know.
We're all grown ass men. If you're like, hey, I'm running a few minutes late with family, no problem.
I'm only kidding. I know.
Unannounced
Jeez.
lateness. I'm just kidding, bro.
The movie of the
I
week was
appreciate you.
unacceptable. I'm sorry.
First off, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to all you guys because, I've been streaming 3 or 4 nights a week for 2 or 3 years, and I love it. It's like my favorite thing ever. But last week, because of the move, I streamed Tuesday and then 7 days of no streaming till today. and you guys held it down. You guys did a great job. Like I said, I had After Dark on when I was, cleaning and packing, and you guys had a great show. And all the shows that you guys have done this week have been great. Everyone's been sending me their edits and everything. I've been able to kind of just do it as I can. And, you guys really held it down for me, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, go check out, we put Marco's and Ben's YouTube channel links. Go check those out. And also, can someone please ban Badfish?
Really quick.
Unrelated to anything that has happened tonight, but go ahead and do that for me.
I just want to clarify something. We didn't do it for you. We did it for the people.
Wow.
People need,
First off,
the pillars, right?
They want their content. They expect their content, and we're more than happy to oblige.
Yep.
And we'll do it without Zach if we have to.
Yep.
So help me God, if you start a Tuesday show without me, I will drive there and eat your ass.
I would never, dude. I don't have slides. It would just be After Dark 2.0.
I can do it, Dean.
Well,
there you go.
We had a banging chat tonight. Really appreciate it, and
yeah,
I hope to do a room tour for you guys the next few weeks once I get everything situated. But it's about 90% done. The office, maybe like 95%. I got a few shelves to hang, a few lights to run, and then I gotta hide some wires because it's kind of looked kind of busted back there a little bit. So Marco was already busting my balls about it. So
I hate the wires, but you're so close. It looks great, man.
How dare you, Sam?
Yeah. And then I'm excited because Dean and Manny and everyone in San Antonio is welcome to come and check it out. And hopefully in May, I know we're planning a CW meetup sometime then. So really excited for all that.
When does the humidity really start over there?
All year.
Yeah, I was say like it's pretty much every 365 days a year thing. Badfish said the sad part is when I moved last May and Zach has more unpacked in his collection than I do. I do have to move to the basement though, so I basically stopped halfway through. It's funny, when I was moving, I don't remember if I told this story. I guess I haven't streamed since I moved, but we were packing like all my cabinets into this like U-Haul, and this one behind me is like 8 feet tall, like 36 inches wide. It's quite large and it's pretty fucking heavy. And we were packing it, and I was like, I need to grab a moving blanket. And my dad's like, okay, yeah, like cover your headboard for your bed. I'm like, nah, fuck the bed. Like, I need to put this on this cabinet. I was like, I can get this headboard at Big Lots whenever I want. Like, this cabinet it's a Swiss imported China cabinet. Like, you can't just walk into a fucking, this is $300 cabinet. Fuck this bed.
You got
and I think I did get it free, but it's still $300. I have to buy a new one. It's funny. Dean and I had that conversation today. He was wanting to buy a figure, and he's been asking me all week. And to him, he says I'm blowing him off, lest he forget I'm in the middle of a move. Dean, tell me what you want to buy, and we'll just hash this out for a few minutes.
Figma Guts Berserker.
He claims that I bought it for $5, which is a lie. And it's funny because Dean and I always get into it. Like, it doesn't matter what I paid for it. It matters what you're going to pay for it. Like, when we do deals with each other. Because I know Dean's got some deals on some figures, and he would never sell them to me for that price. So we're in aggressive negotiations right now for this Figma Guts.
Yeah.
With our lightsabers. Anyways, I think we had a good show tonight.
We did.
I think we really did.
Great show.
It was a good way to kick off the new office. I felt the love in the chat tonight.
Yeah, the chat was, man, they were really mad about the whole wavering thing.
I know, right? They're like,
that's the nerdiest shit I've ever heard. Like, don't be a wavernist. I'm like, oh my god. I never thought I'd get canceled over dragons.
Dragons.
Trevor says, I'll take the T-Rex for fun. Wow! Wow. You got him good. Click that. Anyways, I love you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
Jumbo,
Zach.
baby. I'm Dean.
I'm Eddie.
Wow. You know what? Just we're never doing this ever again. I'm just gonna just end
I thought we were doing shout outs.
At a random predetermined time, I'm just gonna randomly hit the outro. Yeah, John, do you have a shout out you want to give?
Yeah, I want it. Well, for me, personally, I just want to give a shout out. Anyone who took the time out of their day today to send me a message and wish me a happy birthday. I love you guys. Wonderful community.
Did you get any good gabagool?
I'm Zach. Sorry, Gabagool? No.
Eddie,
that's only
Ben,
Fridays.
Marco, any shout outs?
I do want to give a shout out to Big Fern, who has been in all the group chats, saw all the information about the Joker, and was like, "Oh, there's a 3-day cutoff. You've been watching all the shows, bro. What have you been doing?" Anyways, he got his pre-order in. So,
dude, he was frustrating the shit out of me earlier. Zach was like, "Oh, the stranger." We were talking about an old Star Wars story, and I was like, "Well, who is the stranger to Obi-Wan?" And Fern's like, "It was Yoda." I was like, "Yoda's not a fucking stranger." And he's like, "Oh, maybe it was Darth Maul." I was like, or Bail Organa. I was like, "He's not a fucking stranger. What? Do you know the definition of stranger?" And then he just kept spouting off. He's like, "Oh, I read it wrong," and then still continued to get it wrong. I don't know.
the boy needs some help.
Fern can't read. I don't know why you're taking Fern's response. You see how he filled out his taxes 4 years ago? That motherfucker.
We're still after him.
Oh shit! Sorry, Fern.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
god, putting his dirty laundry out there, bro.
It's all right. He talked too much shit to me the other day. So
there you go.
Anyways, are we good here?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, Eddie. Happy birthday, John.
Oh, yeah, Eddie.
Happy anniversary, Adriana. You sweet angel in the
Yeah.
chat whole night.
Jumbo, baby.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Dylan.
God. Damn it.
I love that clip so much.
And I'm Dylan.
He's just like in a row.